Have you been uploading your videos to YouTube and you're just not seeing the results you're trying to see? It could be your packaging. Like your video itself may be amazing or it could use some work, but your packaging is so important because if people don't click on your video, they will never watch it to begin with. So what I'm going to do is one of my favorite things, which is looking at other people's YouTube channels and studying what they do, what works, what doesn't work. And I spend hours and hours pouring through other people's channels. And so I'm going to show you, instead of just tell you, I'm going to show you what could be your situation. So first thing I'm going to do, this is like my home page, which YouTube uses to just give me videos it thinks I want. So it's a combination of people I'm subscribed to and newer or people who I've never seen before, which is why your video is being seen and put in front of strangers, which is a good thing. People who could be your potential viewers. It's showing you, YouTube is showing your videos to other people. But if they don't click, and then if they don't stay once they click, then YouTube lowers the amount of times that they show. So let's look at this just to begin with. The first one's here. And also notice that when you hover on a laptop or if they're on TV, it just starts playing. It just starts playing. So sometimes it's that first 3 seconds of a video that can really get somebody. So let's talk about the packaging. What does that mean? Packaging is your thumbnail. It's your concept of your video, but the thumbnail, this picture that is shown here, it's your title. It's the idea of the video itself. That's all your packaging. And I just want to show you what I think are like really good videos. Now keep in mind, just because the number of views is shown here, it doesn't mean that's actually the real number because it takes YouTube a few hours to really calculate the number. So it's a lot more than what you're seeing here in most cases, or it's a percentage more. This one's Evelyn. I know Evelyn. She's awesome. I think this thumbnail is really good. And I think it's because of a couple of things. One is that the words are big, so it instantly draws your eye. And I like it because it has her picture in it. A lot of people don't put their own photos in their thumbnails because they think, well, nobody knows me, so why should I put my picture there? But the thing is, you want to become known. You want to be recognizable. So when people see your first thumbnail, they may not click on it because they don't know you. But if they start to see it every day when they sign into YouTube, they might click on it just out of curiosity. And then when they are now watching you, they'll be drawn to you to click a second time. So I like how she's doing that. I like that there's a little action in her hands and that her mouth is moving like there's action happening. I think that's really good. You want some emotion or some sort of curiosity there. So it's like she's going to tell you something. She's going to give it to you, tell you something fast. And then you're missing this does draw curiosity. And when you pair that with the title, it's helpful because if you just said you're missing this and then the title was like, you don't know what you're doing, it's not clear enough. Yes, it gives curiosity, but it doesn't give clear enough ideas of what this video is about. Why is it worth my time? But her title says how to wake up a silent online community fast. So this is very specific. Evelyn is making a lot of money every year. She's made millions of dollars and through memberships and communities. And so she's targeting a certain group of people who already have a community. And this particular video is not to
If your
is to
Facebook
speak to
group or
them.
school,
So let's see what she says. What is her hook? Her hook is like the first 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 30 seconds. Let's see what it is.
if your Facebook group or school community is more like a graveyard and there's only crickets, then it's because you don't know this skill.
That's so good. 7-second hook. It's like, oh wow, she explained it so clearly. Like if this is your problem, then this is why it's your problem. And I'm going to tell you, right? So she says all of that with just a few words. Let's say it again.
If your Facebook group or school community is more like a graveyard and there's only crickets, then it's because you don't know this skill that
And then?
I'm going to teach you in this video.
Okay, so she does that and she shows her personality. And then you're like, oh, I want to know more. So what a lot of people don't realize is that if a person does end up clicking on your video, which is amazing, and they do click, which is like the hardest part, then if they watch the first 3, 5, 10 seconds and they're not hooked, that's why it's called a hook. Like if they're not hooked, they most likely will drop off and not stay and stick around for the rest. That's not everybody, but it's the majority. And so you want to have something that is just drawing people in. That's why you don't want to have a lot of like intro music and a lot of like figuring out, oh, what's going to happen next. You'll notice in this video, if you go to the video you're watching right now, my video, go back to the beginning of it and see how I started. I do that on purpose so that you know what's going on, why this is a valuable video and worth your time. Let's see what else she says.
My name is Evelyn Weiss. I've generated over 8 million online, over 61,000 customers, over 44,000 paid subscribers. And like I said, in this video, I'm going to teach you a very specific skill that will help you to get engagement off the ground. All right,
so that's great. So she's continuing to give a little bit of like intrigue and pull you in, and you want to see that. Now, I am going to keep this here. Well, I'll come back and watch it so that I don't throw off her algorithm. But that's really cool, and I bet and it seems she's grown her subscribers by several thousand over the past few months. And I bet she probably has more like 400 or 500 views right now in the first 9 hours. And let's just see the rest of her channel. Okay, so first of all, I like her banner. Her banner is really interesting because it doesn't have a picture, which is normally what I see and what I even like suggest, but it's bold. So what I would, if I had any kind of feedback, what I would say is maybe put a picture here so that people, if they see it, they see her faster than this. So put a picture there, and then it has her URL, which I do like that it's there, but I think there needs to be some sort of something that explains what she does, because I don't know what grow with Evelyn necessarily means until I come back down here. Multiply 7 figures from low ticket coaching. That's really interesting. And her channel is about paid ads, it's about community. I didn't know that it was about multiple 7 figures from low ticket coaching, or maybe that's what she's describing herself as. So that's a little bit vague. So I'm going to go to my friend Max, who also is her friend, and I'm going to see what his is like because I think he does a good job of this. Let's see. Well, his is even more intriguing. These Europeans, I tell you what, they are economical with their words there. So his is just the name, simply the name of his company. And I'm gonna say, let me do. I don't want to throw stones, so I will tell you what mine is like. So this is what mine looks like. And just so mine has my picture, which is what I suggest. It has Your First Million, which is kind of what the original vibe of the channel was, and then it has my 2 book covers that talk about kind of gives you an idea of what I am. Now, this is about a year old. So I could actually stand to change this and update it and make you understand. And see, mine is just like kind of like old, like information that has nothing to do with what my videos are about. So I'm roasting myself. Like I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna fix my banner and I'm gonna change my bio so that when you come to this, you know what's going on. Okay, so let's go back to Evelyn. And I just want to, reason I want to go back to her is just to look at her other videos. So let's look at her other videos. These are the latest. So this is a really good thumbnail. This one is good, 11K a month funnel. It's very specific. So she's niching down, but she's making a lot of money by niching down. I don't know if I would, I guess the Facebook logos are cool. Notice that uh, this timestamp is gonna cut off anything you put in the corner there. So just be careful of that. It does that. And then let's see her title. So optimize this $370 per day membership funnel with me. It's so specific, and I really like that. And you notice it has more than 1,000 views in 9 days, and that's because it's like I know what I'm getting when I click on this video because she told me. And I really like that. She didn't tell me how to optimize, so I still have to click on it to find out, but she told me what I was going to get in the package, which is really nice. And then this one says my exact pre-order strategy that I'm using right now in meta ads. So if you're interested in meta ads, or if you're searching for meta ads or Facebook ads or whatever, this is going to be something that you find. And then she says how she makes the person she's interviewing, she puts both people on the picture, $50,000 per month selling journals on Amazon. Here are the steps. It's just so clear. I really like that. I think the only thing that it could go even further is that if she had more growth videos, which I talk about, you talk about those three types of videos. A growth video is one that's more broad, that would be more top of funnel, like something about like, this is how you make more money, or this is how you have better sales, or this is how you can uh, bring together 1,000 people, you know? And then the video itself is about community, and the video itself is about paid ads and meta, but it's like a broad one. And she wouldn't do this for every video. She would do this for like every third video or every sixth video or something, where she would have this growth video. Now, speaking of, let's see what her most popular ones have been. Okay, so this one has Alex Hormozy's face in it, and it's an interview with him, and it has his name. So that has helped. So if you have anybody you can bring on, even if they're not Alex Hormozy, if there's somebody who has an audience, and bring them on. The second one is Sam. So when she look at this. This is really interesting. Evelyn, if you're watching this, I want you to notice something. When you interview people of note, you get the most views, and you're still able to talk about the things you want to talk about. That's so interesting. I wonder if it would make sense then for you to have a podcast. I know you live in Vienna, so I don't know how easy that would be, but even if it were a Zoom call with someone and your thumbnails looked like this one with Sam, right? Like that picture, I think there's something to it. There's something to it. I really like that. I just want to kind of put that out there. Now, then I regret building my community on Facebook. Here's why. That's intriguing, you know? Now, the thumbnail is confusing a little bit, because if somebody doesn't know what school is, which I definitely know what it is, if you don't know what school is, you may not understand why that has to do with Facebook. And also the word school is almost completely covered. So it's not connecting. So while is it's her fourth most watched video so far, it also probably could have had more if it were more clear. Now, I'm not saying this because I have great thumbnails and I've figured it all out. I'm just saying what I strive for every day. And then the next one is this, and yeah, I love it. I love it. This is really cool. This is really cool. So congratulations, Evelyn. All right, let's see. So I know that Pam is in my inner circle. And yesterday she asked me to take a look at her channel. And I gave her some advice, because she can text me anytime because she's in inner circle. And I gave her advice. But I wanted to just show you, because I thought there's so many great things about this channel that I want to bring out. And I also want to show you a couple things I told her, because I think it'll help you. So Pam Yang. If you look up simply Pam Yang, it's really cool that she has that full name. A lot of people don't get their name like that. And then look at her banner. I love her banner. Her banner is yellow, first of all. It's live on purpose, be fearlessly you, stuck to free. I think it's really good. Like, I'm going to talk to her about who her banner person is, because it's really good. And then her profile picture is great. Her tagline, build the mental freedom to live true to your purpose and self. That's really clear. So one thing about Pam is that she's incredibly thoughtful and caring, and she's also has a clarity of her purpose. And that's why she's the authority here. Now, what I told her was that her videos are so good that I want to make sure more people click on her videos, because you see her views here, 22 videos from yesterday, from a week ago, 32 and 45. These are not bad. These are like really great, but let's see how many. Yeah, she's done quite a few of them, right? And I also like the fact that they all look the same, because I'm not able to do that very well, but I've been experimenting a lot. That's why. And so I think if they all look the same, but they were more optimized, I think she would kind of blow up on YouTube, if I'm being honest. So first of all, let's just look at the thumbnail. So the thumbnail, what I told her yesterday, is that I love that she has her picture on it. That's exactly what we're looking for. I like that there's action here. Like she knows what she's doing, right? And I think we may have even talked about that on one of our inner circle calls. But what I would have her do is move herself over to be 1/3 of the thumbnail, and then make the words 2/3 of the thumbnail, give or take, not the full 2/3, but like show more. And then the words she uses, some of them work and some of them I don't think work, but I like how she's being a little anti-trend here. And what I mean by anti-trend is that what most people do is they have a formula for their titles that is very like capitalize every word and it has some shock value to it. But every once in a while, you'll come across somebody who's just like, you know what? I'm just going to just talk to you in the title like I talk in real life. So her title here, why are we so afraid to admit we need love? I actually think that fact that it's not capitalized and that it's like a human question is really to her advantage. I mean, I don't know what would happen if, and we can experiment with this. Let's A/B test. Let's say, what would it look like if she did capitalize it and if she did make it more of a trendy type of title so that more people would just find it and see it. But I do like this. So I hope that it takes off like this. But it would be kind of cool. So, Pam, if you take two videos of yours, do one like this title and then do one that is more like a trend title. And then the words, you want to have like one, two, three, four words total. So purpose isn't found is good. It's a good number of words, but I don't know what it means. Purpose isn't found. It's confusing and it doesn't bring intrigue because I don't want to be confused. I want to feel smarter. I want to feel excited. I want to feel something, but not, I don't want to feel dumber. So if I'm like, I don't know what that means, I'm going to keep going. So I would change that. So have you been hiding is good. I like that. Has the total of four words. If it were, if Pam, if you were over here closer to this, and maybe even part of like you have so much movement, maybe even your picture is of your hands moving rather than just looking straight forward. I think that's a good idea too. Is like just, and then have you been hiding? Right? And then the words are bigger. I like the colors, like the background color of your of that. Now let's get into clicking through to see what the hook is like.
So many of us deny this core need, and it's causing so much unnecessary suffering. You might be dealing with this now. And that core need is the need to be loved. And I'm using loved in a more encompassing way. So you could.
That's great. That's great. So anybody who is dealing with this will be drawn in. Like it's very welcoming and you want to hear, you're going to have like a conversation. And this is what her offers are like, right? So I like, why are we so afraid to admit we need love? I like that, but it also could be like, are you missing out on love? Or, um, don't miss out on the biggest love of your life. Something like that that just draws people in, at least for the next few videos, because then once you have more of an audience, you can start to do more of your own style. And it's a little bit of a balance of not trying to just get an audience at all costs, and getting the right audience is important, but it's also this balance of if they don't click, they will not watch. And if they click away, they won't see the full video. So you want to do an optimization whilst remaining yourself. So the hidden cost of being real, it's a good title, but it's like, it has six words to it. I would want to see what it looks like if you did kind of the ideas that we had. Okay, let's see if there's what the most popular have been. So 460, financial freedom won't be enough. That's interesting. Yeah, because people want to hear about finances, maybe, right? This is what defining yourself really means. Don't give up your agency. So the reason this has more views is because don't give up your agency, even though it's five words and it's give or take, right? It's like I understand what this video is going to be about. I like, I understand it. And again, if we were to move April over a bit, give more space for this. Also keep in mind that like in my channel, and it just varies by channel, 50% of the people who watch my channel watch on mobile. You're probably watching this on mobile. So even watching this video and looking at these little pieces that I'm showing you, you probably turned your phone horizontal. If you did, leave a comment, let me know if I'm reading you. But if you turned your phone horizontal to just be able to see it. So if you imagine what a thumbnail might look like to somebody, like it's going to be so small, right? It's going to be like it's going to be tiny. So you want to think about that when you're thinking it. By the same token, more people are watching YouTube on TVs than ever before. So you also want to think about what that might look for all three: TV, laptop, desktop, and mobile. Okay, so then let's just see what the I'm curious about what this was like.
I've been trying to configure this field for an hour, but this CRM sucks.
Well, I'm watching
Maybe it's time to
the
stand up
ads.
to these slow,
I'm gonna skip
archaic.
the ad.
There are so many freedoms in the world, in addition to financial, that are equally important, if not more so. So why are we so obsessed with financial freedom?
So what I think, so there's two minds about this. One mind is that I think it's very endearing that she messed up and then she just kept going. And I think that that makes a lot of sense. But also think that if you don't know Pam, you may not stick around through what it looks like a blooper. So I think she should have started over and then trimmed that part to start really strong. But at the same time, she has the most views on this. So maybe that is why people stayed, because they were like, "Oh, she's interesting. She's human, you know." So it's really interesting. Okay, all right, go back here. Still love this. So go check out Pam Yang. Give her some love. Subscribe to her, and also, if you're gonna watch her video, watch a full video so that the algorithm really knows that you are a true viewer. But yeah, very cool. So hopefully this helped you think through your packaging and your hook. These are two of the major things about YouTube. I mean, it's like 80% of what YouTube is about is that packaging. When I say packaging, the title, the thumbnail, the concept of the video to begin with, and that hook, those first few seconds that really bring people in and reel people in, just like a fish in a hook. So hopefully that was helpful. If you want to learn more from me live, and if you want me to teach you kind of based on your channel, you can do two things. One of two things or both. The first thing you can do is I'm going to have a link below that will have a link to a type form where you can apply for me to look at your channel and give you some advice for free. And I'll put that on YouTube. I'll do a few of those on YouTube. The second thing you could do if you want is to join me at my next YouTube revenue masterclass, which is available at the link below as well. And the last one I did was 3.5 hours. This one will probably be more like 2 hours, but we'll see what happens. And it really is like the deep dive. You'll see some testimonials when you go to the page. It is absolutely for people who are wanting to take their YouTube channel seriously, and they don't want to go through all the things that I went through for 4 years before I was able to make something really happen on this channel. So I'll see you there either way, and I will look forward to doing this more. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do more of these types of videos. I want to listen to you, so let me know in the comments what you think is